Okay, guys, let's get this thing built. So let's see, what are we building here today? This is a rotary. What do they call it? DIY kits, electronic, lucky rotary module wheel, turntable, analog lottery tumbler, sweet red sweet with a SUIT. Red flash LED 5 to 3 volts fun electronics. That's a big long excuse me excuse me. That's a big long title for this little kit. But anyways, it's a little rotary thing. You hit the switch once and it'll chase the LEDs around, and it'll go slower and slower and slower, and then finally stop. It's almost like a game thing. You could have a bunch of people around and say, oh, I guess it's going to land on L10 or something like that. So what we got is a 555 timer and a decade counter, a CD 4017, what we're going to be putting in here. I'm going to read out all these resistors because I cannot tell the color codes on these things. So I got my handy dandy voltmeter over there, and we'll check out all the color codes. And of course it didn't come supplied with any wire for the DC 5 volts either, so I made these couple little short clips for it, and I'll show you those. So anywho, this video here, I'm not gonna have any music in it, because I looked at that first video that I made with the music, and that's kind of disturbing, trying to watch somebody build a kit and you're hearing that music. It's bad enough having to listen to them talk, but hopefully I have a what do they call it, a stage voice or a radio voice. But anywho, let's go over. I'm just gonna try to rattle off the top of my head what I know about the CD 4017 decade counter. It has what they call a decoded output. I don't know why they call it that. I'll have to look that up sometime. But it has 10 outputs that are represented by the numbers 0 through 9. And if you see the schematic for the 4017, you could see the pinout on it. So pin 1, let's see, pin 8 I believe is ground, pin 16 is the positive input, and that runs on 5 volts also. I think it can actually run it from anywhere up to 3 to 5 volts. That's why this kit says it's 3 to 5 volts. But what a decade counter does is it has a clock in it that every time it goes high, it counts 1. So it'll turn on the next counter. So if you power the chip up and that counter was stuck on like pin 3, that counter would light, and then once you make pin 14 go high, it'll switch to 4. And then you take the pin out and you go hit the pin again, and pin 14 goes high, it'll light 5, and then 6 and 7 and 8, 9, and then back to 0 again. Actually, it'll go back to 1, and that's what they represent as a 10. So that's how they do the counter. And then also you can, I think pin 13, you can just ground that out, and that'll stop the timer completely. And pin 15, if that goes high, that will reset the chip. Well, it'll reset the counter, and it'll go back to pin 1, I believe. Oh, let's see. I'll just keep on building here, and as I think of things about this kit, I'll let you know. Let's see. All right. Do, do, You can actually use this 4017 by itself too. You can use it with by connecting, like if you had 10 flip-flops in series, you could actually create a shift register with it. I'm not going to go into a shift register today, but that's just a food for thought that you can actually turn one of these 4017s into a shift register. Oh, and the other thing, what it's actually doing, the timing on this is right next to it, you'll see there's a 555 timer. And I believe that timer is what is giving the high signal to, what was it? I think it was pin 14, okay, and that is being driven by the couple of capacitors that are on the board. Once they hit the threshold, they release, and there's two of them. So, and they're controlled by two different size pull-down resistors, and those will probably alternately trip the 555, which in turn will trip pin, what did I say it was? I'm gonna have to look it up. I believe it's pin 14, and that's how the deck counter starts, is it's through the 555 timer. Alright, I may be wrong. I'm just guessing off the top of my head by looking at this board. I'm just thinking that's what those caps are for, is for threshold throwing a voltage to trip that 555. Alright, so let's continue on here. Oh yeah, oh excuse me. And if you guys do remember, keep on watching this video. Somewhere in the video I'm going to be inserting the lucky numbers. If you don't know what those lucky numbers are, when I finish this kit and I post this on Facebook, not Facebook, what am I saying, Facebook, when I post it on YouTube and you guys view the video, you look at that number. So say it's something like a number between 75 and 100, and I will think of that number in my brain, and what you guys do is you think of what number I'm thinking of and you put it down in the comments. And if you're right, I am going to send you this exact kit that I'm building right now. You're not going to get the kit form, you're going to get the one that I complete and test. And there could be even a situation where I failed to make it right, and then it doesn't even test right. I'll still send it to you for free if you want it. Just guess that number down below and I'll send it to you for free. You can use it for parts. It's just that when I'm building all these kits and everything else, my shelves over here, they all fill up, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this thing? So usually on my website, when somebody buys something from me, I'll just take one of my kits, and I'll just, completed kits, and I'll just throw it in the bag and send it to, whatever customer it is. And then of course I'll get an email saying, hey, what the heck is all these extra parts in the bag? I say, hey, rip it apart, throw it in your junk box. I mean, who can't use some extra resistors and LEDs and diodes and caps and stuff like that? I just throw it away and give it to customers for free on my two websites. And some people are actually, they don't appreciate it. They think it's part of the deal, and they're like, hey, this thing don't work. I want my money back. And I try to explain to them that, hey, that wasn't part of the deal. I was just throwing that to you for free. So sometimes you just can't make people happy. All right, let's continue on here. What else we got on this board I can talk to you guys about while I'm building? Oh yeah, it's got, I think it's four different size resistors on here. And have you ever tried to read some of these Chinese colors. I mean, these ones here aren't too bad. You can see them pretty good, but just for filming purposes, I'm not gonna try to sit here and read them and get my chart out and everything else. I'm just gonna throw them through my my meter over here and find out what they are. I'll show you the meter I'm working with too. I'll show you it when I get a chance here. But these, the tolerances on these resistors are pretty funny. I do sell a lot of Pixie kits. I don't know if you guys know what a Pixie kit is, but it's a ham radio transceiver that can put out, if you build it right and you're running on like 13.5 volts, you could push that thing to almost half a watt out. But some of the tolerances that I've seen on the resistors are crazy out of whack. I mean, we're talking sometimes 20% tolerances. And I think, wow, how does this thing even work? And of course, that's why we get it so cheap, and we get it from China. They give you cheap stuff, and they really don't care. They just think that it, entertains us Westerners. So, yeah, a lot of people complain about the Chinese kits, but they are a load of fun to play around with, especially those ham radio kits. I mean, it's pretty exciting if you got a little kid in your home and they're interested in electronics. Even this lucky rotary thing that I'm making right now. You have a little 12-year-old or 13-year-old that's interested in electronics, and he builds it and he presses that button and it actually works. I mean, that is a real confidence booster for somebody that wants to get into electronics. I mean, what better joy is there than making a board like this and you made it with your hands and it works. I mean, it lights kids' eyes up, and that's why I enjoy making a lot of these videos, and why I'm actually doing the YouTube videos, because I'd love to teach, but I don't know. My brain's not geared towards being a teacher. I'm a more hands-on guy. If somebody was to say, hey, can you show me how to build that kit and whatnot, it's a lot easier for me to physically show you and then walk you through it than do it like in a classroom situation. I could never do that. All right, let's continue on here. So, what is this? I'm gonna look that. I believe it's a NE555 timer, and yeah, you can actually use these as a flip-flop too. When the trigger input falls below the trigger level, then it flip-flops. Yeah, you can actually do that. I'm just thinking to myself. Sorry, guys. Yeah, 555 timer. Again, this Chinese product. I've never had any problems with their ICs, really. They always seem to work pretty well. Alright, let's see. How are we doing on time? Yeah, about 13 minutes in. Alright, let's see here. How am I doing, guys? Are you seeing it okay? Yeah, did you notice that I flipped my camera around? I put it in front of me so that my hands aren't blocking it too much, I hope. I had it before, I had it on a tripod, and I'm trying to get my swivel chair in around the tripod, and I'm trying to get my hands around, and one of these days I'll get some proper camera stuff and editing stuff. As you notice, I'm not too good of an editor either. I just started. I got these two editing softwares. One's called OpenShot, and the other one's called CapCut. CapCut, I don't know. I'm not too happy with it, but I'm not happy with OpenShot either, because it takes so long to upload any videos. It's crazy. Anyways, those are two of the video editing softwares that YouTubers use, is OpenShot or CapCut, CapCut, or OpenShot. And I like OpenShot a lot better. It's a little bit more user friendly. And yeah, I really enjoy. Oh shoot! I gotta get some sleep. Today is New Year's Day. If you guys didn't know, New Year's Day today, and I'm building a lucky rotary. What the heck was the whole name of this thing? I got it over here. Where the heck is it? Oh, here. It's a diyelectronickits electronic lucky rotary module wheel turntable analog lottery tumbler sweet red flash LED 3 to 5 volts fun electronics. That is the name of this kit. So make sure you write that down, kids. Boy, they really wanted to get all of their bases loaded for the. That's got to be for what do they call that? Search engine for SEO or keywords. That's what I'm looking for. Keywords. All right. Let me just continue on here, and I'm gonna look see if there's any cold solder joints on the bottom of this thing. I did that dice one. I don't know if you guys seen that video I did the other day on the electronic dice, but I overheated a couple of the pads on the back, and the traces let go of the pad, and I couldn't retrieve it, so I had to put a couple of jumpers in there, and it worked fine. That's a weird little kit there. It has a mind of its own, I'm telling you. It's so susceptible to static, because it is here in Maine. It's wintertime, and I have a carpet that is underneath my rolling chair, and every time I stood up and I ran my feet across that carpet, I was zapping the thing, and the freaking LEDs would go all kinds of crazy. It was pretty fun. So from there, I had to take and put my anti-static strap on my ankle, and that stopped that. And that's what I'm wearing right now. I got an anti-static ankle bracelet on. It's actually made for your wrists, but I hate it on my wrists. It's just very aggravating wearing that thing. So I got it on my ankle. I'm not going to show you my ankle. No, ladies, I'm not going to show you my ankle. But I got it on my ankle, and I got it over here on a ground rod. Keep me grounded. Because I do a lot of IC programming. I work for a couple of different alarm distribution companies that I reprogram chips for them. So I got to make sure I'm static free on that. Okay guys, here we go. Let me just back this out a little bit. I want to get my power supply into the shot. Alright. Yeah, a couple of these LEDs, the one on one end that wasn't marked properly on the board, but I figured it out. I just followed the traces and found out where it went. Well, let's try it out. So you guys know, if you've seen my other videos, you know that I built a 7805 power supply, and that's this right here. Whoops. And let me just put it in here. And this is my 5-volt rail right here. So let's power it up. See if we can make some smoke. There's the positive, and there's the negative. Alright, let's see if it works. Whoop. Alright, where's it going to land, guys? That landed on number 9. Let's try it again. Here we go. That's number 7. Round and round, where we go, where we stop, we don't know. That's number 3. Round and round and round and round and round. Whoa! What's that? I don't know what that number is. I think it's number 5. Let's try it one more time, guys. Let me shut the lights off so you guys see it better. Alright, let me just move this to the side so you can get a better look at it. So here we go. Round and round and round we go. Where do we stop? Number 7. Here we go again. Whoop, went up number 8. Round, 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 slowing down. And then all the way over to number 3. But anyways, that is the lucky rotary spin something, 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 guys. And just remember, I'm going to be having a number. Well, the number may have already gone by, or maybe it's in a couple of minutes, but I'm going to have a number popping up on the screen. So say that it's something like 75 to 101. Any number in between, including the 75 and the 101, is fair game. And you can win this exact kit. I'll send it to you for free. All right. Any questions, comments, leave it down below, guys. Ring that bell, subscribe, like. And again, it's all about you. And I love doing this for you guys. And if you have any kits that you'd like me to try to build, just drop it in the link down below and I'll see what I can do for you. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day and Happy New Year's.